I've never seen you looking so sad, my lovely one. It seems to me you're superfine, mine has come undone. But any major dude with half a heart surely would tell you, my friend.
Here comes trouble.
And any minor wall that breaks apart falls together again. When the demon is at your door, in the morning he won't be there no more.
Someone told me that JT was getting his hair cut, and said it was at right next to Citizens Bank. But I think it's that one over there. I think it's this one. Although, probably that one. All right.
574.
We'll go in there. I don't know if they're expecting us.
1.5 wood frame structure, nothing showing on all sides. We do have an audible alarm, and we'll be investigating further.
No, I think I found him.
He's a friend of mine. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, did I find you? I was looking next door.
That's a pet store. I shouldn't be in there. No, what are you saying? Look at the
How you
grooming.
doing, man?
Good, what's happening? How you doing? The problem is, cause you gave it to him. So don't be boo-hooing at the funeral and sitting there hugging, and all your other family members know what's going on too. So I see more and more these kids and people that are ODing. I see more and more family members stop. You know what? Don't be coming up here hugging me. Don't sit there when you know good and well you gave it to him, and you're not trying to help him. You know he's weak. There's certain things you never want to try. Okay? I'm never gonna try to jump in front of a train. I'm never gonna try to go from one building like I see those dudes doing all the special acrobats and doing all that and going from one building to the next. I'm never gonna try heroin. There's certain things you never try.
Nothing ever good has come out of sticking a needle in your arm.
Never. But there are so many things. What makes that person even attempt that? I know that pills, and you can't say, okay, the doctor's at fault, because I've had a couple of surgeries. So if the Massachusetts recommendation and legal limit is, okay, I'm giving you 30 pills, oxy or whatever for your surgery, and I'm giving it to you prior, so you have it when you get out of your surgery. Boom. Now, and I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and and said, it's me. So I missed it. You know what I'm saying? Now, people do is that instead of taking one, they're doing two. And it's like me, I had crazy dreams off of that because I wasn't used to doing stuff like that. Flex, but who introduced you to it? Like where did you go to find that?
Oh, it's everywhere.
I know it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And that's just it. We know it's everywhere. And this is even.
Gumball machines around here.
Huh?
You're practically getting gumball machines around here.
Exactly. And you know that. It's not the same cape anymore. Like little by little. So what the hell happened that you found this? All right, and then I know you lost your teeth, you lost your kids, you lost your job, you lost housing. So you went from there. How did you get back? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you get back to where you are now? And that's love, that's prayers, that's meetings. Like he'll tell you, I got to go to meetings 2 or 3 or 4 times a week. Sometimes you have to. You don't want me to get clean because I'm hustling with you. You don't want me to get clean, so I have to go through these people to get to my salvation, and I mean to get better, I have to get over there. And so how many of those people are like, dude, come on, oh, the clinic's not open yet. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I need it now. And then, well, you gotta sit, you gotta wait, you gotta fill out this paper. 5 in the morning on the way.
So here we are. Yeah.
You understand what goes on in my life? You're lucky. I'm lucky I didn't have my chest hair out. Hey, what's going on, man? You tell me when you're ready.
No, I'm filming right now.
You ready? This is JT watching the Chronicles, Highness News. So what's your solution for certain problems that we have on the Cape? We saw it 20 years ago, 25 years ago we talked about it. And certain people don't react until it hits their backyard. Like a stop sign that needs to go up on this street. Until somebody of significance gets hit, you'll never see a stop sign. I was like, why isn't there a sign here? Well, you know what? We've been telling you that, but somebody of certain levels didn't get hurt.
All right, so what's the name of our new segment that we're gonna do?
Oh my God!
Come on, you probably now.
I thought of a couple things. I don't like. I'm not a fan of the dude on the thing of the Dudettes, but I do like solutions.
Yeah.
Because that's all I want. I don't want to hear. I want solutions.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what we want.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it.
All right, so we're gonna work through this.
Yes.
It's any major dude will tell you Okay, it's Steely Dan song.
Okay.
We're gonna work with that first. We're gonna go with it.
I'll deal with whatever. You know me. I played hockey. I know white people.
All right. So I'll cut. We'll cut.
All right.
Let's go. So JT, what's the name of our new segment that we're gonna do?
The new segment that we are putting together is called Solutions.
Yes. By the way, nice lights going on.
I'll do it again. All right.
No.
I'm playing. Go ahead.
All right.
All right.
Cut.
Any dude.
Any major dude.
Any major dude.
Because we're gonna go talk to major dudes. We're gonna start with that first, okay?
Okay.
We'll give it a shot. And then we'll change it.
I gotta feel that major dude.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. So JT, what's the name? We're gonna try a new segment. We're gonna try something different. What's the name of this new segment?
Well, Rob, any major dude or dudette. Right?
Yeah,
that we're
do
looking
that, right.
Right, you know, that's for you young ladies. You know, we're keeping it politically correct in this. What we want is solutions about the Cape. We know what the problems are, but I don't want to talk about what the problems are. I want to talk about how to fix them, okay? Because you could talk about how many bad things are all day, but until I hear you say, okay, well, you just spent 25 minutes telling me what all the problems are and who's doing it, and you know who's doing it, and you know where the problems are, but you're not saying how to solve them.
So what are we planning on doing?
I think we're going to talk to some major dudes and dudettes and people that are on the Cape, that some people that are still here, that are trying to help or that have beat the odds and that have followed their dreams, followed their goals, and they're doing what they really want to do. And we're going to try to help out those people that are not doing what they want. There's an obstacle. There's so many problems. You don't know what's going on in somebody's life that has caused them to end up where they are right now.
Yeah.
So I think we can help a lot of people and try to get some good answers out there.
Why JT's Chronicles? Because I chose you because I think you're a major dude. Because you have this energy, it just kind of bounces off of you.
You know what? I know you could feel. I feel you going come close. Listen, I just grew up in a time where everybody knew everybody. All right.
Yeah.
The cops knew you. If they didn't know you, they knew your parents. And I loved hearing, Jonathan, you know good and well your father wouldn't want you on top of that building. Yeah. And you got back down because of. You know, you have consequences. You want people to respect you. You don't want to get in trouble, and people looked out for each other because we're one big community. Now we have tons of people that live here. Still a big community, and we still should know each other. So that means everybody getting out and learning about each other.
I want to go for people like that are like Cape Cod or Hyannis.
Sure.
Success stories. Are there any people like that around like that?
Oh my, there's tons.
Are you sure?
You already know there are. There's people that aren't here anymore. I could say a lot of people. I could say right off the bat. I could say we want to go big. You want to say Johnny Wright? We can go old school. Go for music business and having all the different artists like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, Jonas Brothers, Backstreet Boys. You know, that's one person. Then you have our boy Casey Sherman. Basketball high school graduate. Love Casey. Casey's a great guy, and he's doing stuff back here on the Cape. It's not easy for people to hit certain levels of success and come back here right off the bat because they are hustling and trying to make their make their mark and work. They have families.
But surely those people always had it easy. They had it handed to them, right?
First of all, not even close. Megan Trainor hustled her behind up. Okay, she hustled. She worked. She played the little bars, little talent scouts, all that stuff. Did all the talent shows, whatever, and she got herself where she wanted to be, and she had a goal. And you do. And some people, I don't know how much help she had. I have no idea, like all the things. But the guy, he's good. I'm not worried about this. You see, I'm not shaking.
That's where I get it, right in there. That's where it grows. It doesn't grow on top anymore.
You should already know. Your hair, my hair.
Grows right there.
It's just gone.
All right.
We have, we do. We have a girl, Katrina, Kat Raquel, and professional singer. We have so many different people on the Cape, all music, business, marketing, and people that still stay right here, landscaping business.
Yeah.
Tim Luce and I did a career day at Barnstable a couple years ago, and we had Shane Pacheco, real estate. We had, Bob Maffey with his landscaping, and Katrina Ross, who goes by Kat Raquel. Doing stuff with BMI and ASCAP and writing songs for people all around the world and having our own band together and putting her stuff together to come out. It's not easy, but it's like if you want it, you got to keep pushing for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you don't have to be in show business to be a success, right?
Oh my God, Tim Luce, just him and John Simmons, and they had the Flagman store on Main Street in Hyannis. And I'm not just, and this is every culture. So understand when I'm telling you this, it depends on how much you want.
Yeah.
Like how much do you really want it? You know, and if you need help, it's the point of you're gonna ask for it, or you're gonna just sit there and say, oh, poor me, poor me.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. So we're trying to get people together and bring people together that might have a little bit more know-how, might be able to hook people up, and people that are addicted, and I'm seeing this and just noticing they need something. So when you see somebody hustle every day to get that money, to get that $10, $20, $30, whatever they use to get their drugs, if they can get off of that and they get help and they wake up that day and like, listen, I don't want to do this anymore. So somebody needs to be able to be there and help them. Okay, well, what's your passion? What's your other passion? It might be painting. It might be writing.
Refocus.
Right, you got to redirect everything. So, but if they can't get help because they're told, well, you got to be messed up to come back and get help, I don't see the solution there. I see a bigger problem.
I chose you too because you're a major dude. I know you don't like. We're gonna work with the terminology because I'm old. I'm old and you're a little bit younger.
Drugs have no age. I'm learning, man, because I see people that are older, and I'm like, what are you doing on this now? You know what I mean? And I see younger kids too. So I'm amazed at people that are like 40, 45, 50, 60 that are either A, still doing it, or B, just got into it. And
Stop looking to discriminate.
yeah, you know, it doesn't, man. It doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter your finances. I've been to way too many funerals, and
I also picked you because you're able to get into people's brains in a good way, right? You're able to get the best out of people, right? This is what I want, and I'm not a good interviewer, but what I want from you is maybe pry out this secret to success that these people got through. Like, for example, I know everybody has low times. I mean, this is Cape Cod. I mean, if you grew up around here, good chance that you've had low times. You've had it rough sometimes. What have you done? What have you done? Have you ever had it rough, and have you ever battled back? What did it take?
absolutely. I got caught up in the, you know what I call it? I call it when you got your fan page, your friends that build you up all day long, and they tell you the best things since sliced bread, and you start believing that, and you actually really aren't doing anything, but you got your little fan page, and people are telling you that you're this and you're that, and you start believing that. But in reality, you're not doing anything, and you're just staying in this little circle. If you really look at your friends, if they're really truly your friends, are they helping you? Are they, you know? And sometimes you have to like step outside and be like, listen, this person's not good for me. I'm not bettering myself in any way, shape, or form. And it's called monkeys in the barrel, crabs in the barrel, and they want to pull you down. You know, and that's just a fact. And that is. Some people don't want to see you succeed. And so when you look at that, and I had a guy, Michael, tell me, look at your best friend who you hang with, that you love. Can you trust them with $100,000 to go in business? Can you trust them that they're going to be there for you and be with you? Can you trust? Can you leave and go do some business and expect that money to be there?
So sometimes success is just getting the losers out of your life, or is there a little bit more?
You got to sometimes separate yourself from people that don't do anything. They're not doing anything.
Right.
And they're bringing you down. But
Right.
you don't want to do it because it's scary. It's very scary to get on your own, especially if these have been your best friends.
What do you do? What do you look for inside yourself when you're down?
Where do you want to be? What's your true goal?
So for you, it's like
Me,
vision.
what was my true goal? And looking at other people and finding out what they did, you know, for their success. And can I do that? Of course you can do that.
Right.
You know, what works for you. But don't procrastinate. That's the biggest thing. I was a huge procrastinator on certain things. I'm like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. All right, I did this today, I'm good.
Right.
No, you don't sleep. When you want something, you don't sleep. The same way you hustle for, and I have to say, addicts, they don't go to sleep till they get what they want. They are the biggest hustlers. They will work effortless.
So
they will just do whatever they have to do to get that.
They gotta
All right?
focus at it.
Absolutely. I see kids right now that don't hang with certain kids. When you get to high school and you start to try to focus on your goals, what you want, you're gonna separate. It happens. Girls go a certain way, guys go a certain way, and I don't know why. It just happens. Some go to drugs, some want to go to alcohol, some do sport, some get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you start to lose friends. And some people can't find themselves. They're trying to find themselves. you know, and they don't know who to ask for that. You know, I see kids at the school. I'm like, what do you want to do? Have you working yet? No. You don't have a job? No. Why? What do you mean you don't know?
All right. But what do you tell those kids? I mean, but here's the thing.
Oh.
I know when you've been down, right? You've got a vision. You had a vision. You had these goals. Did you have any heroes when you were younger?
Yeah.
Who were your heroes?
That's it.
Who's your biggest hero?
My father.
You good? I create tension. I create tension.
When you look at
Yeah, it's raw. I create tension. I do that on purpose. That's what I
when
want
you
to do.
look at even if I don't care. When you look at, you know what? When you say, okay, well, like, and who's your role model? Me, I grew up. My father and my mother worked. That's all. Like everybody did that was on the Cape. Like all our family friends, they worked hard for us. Okay, I had no idea like our finances because we ate every night. We had food. I had clothes. I had whatever the stylish, clothes were at that time, right? You know, right? So you did what you did. I mean, everybody had. If you ever saw my Chronicles, I'm like, brown bread, and people are like, what is brown bread? That's New England staple for dinner. Like, everybody could afford that. That was Saturday night dinner. Brown bread and beans and hot dogs.
The stuff in the can?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah.
And you had that, but you had it, and it didn't matter your finance. Everybody could afford that. So when I'm watching my parents work 2 jobs to take care of my sister, who was going to Bentley, and I'm like, I didn't see them a lot, and of course I got in trouble, absolutely. And I had outside parents, I had neighborhood parents in our community. When you say neighborhood, and that kid coming behind, like, listen, what are you doing? Get back in there, to keep you back in the play. So yeah, I love my parents, and they're my role models, and other people that I watched outside of me, and so now when you meet other kids and they come to your house and they stay over, and I see them not having that drive and and I'll see that spark in their eye. I'm like, dude, I'm working. Like, you gotta do, like, you're doing chores. I'm doing chores. I'm feeding you. So, and my kids are doing their chores. So I have other kids now that don't mind coming to the house, and they know what to expect. So these kids now, they need something to look forward to. They want to. Yeah. Don't tell me they don't. Trust me, they do.
Yeah.
Okay, they have to have a purpose in life to be here.
Let me ask you something. You might not know the answer to this. You might not. And that's what I'm trying to bring out in people. What about the kids that don't have good parents around here? Because we got to speak to them. I mean, I know.
Well, yeah, and I have kids, and I know kids, and Tim Luce and I have we do the Cape Cod Flag Football League, and we have kids there that don't have, like, they might not have their biological mothers or fathers, and they're there, and they have like an aunt or a godmother or foster or whatever, and they're there. But the whole point is, we find out because we care and we ask about that. So you try to give them a little bit of time every time you see them, all right? And you want to talk to them, ask them what's going on. But that comes in that whole community as a family thing. All right, so I know teachers at Hyannis West, Hyannis East that are constantly, like, they're paying for kids to play and to be with us, and they're stepping out of their own life to try to help these kids get them because they see something going on. You can't ignore it. You can't just keep walking around and pretending that these kids are just useless and that, that's just another one gone by the wayside. You can't do that.
Okay, and this is what I'm driving at, and you're going to get mad at me, but I'm driving at something. I want to know what's right here, right in the heart for these kids. Because a lot of it, like you said, the addicts, they have to do it themselves. Do you have anything? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but what do you say to a kid who doesn't got any parents and has got to find it deep inside? I mean, what can they look for deep inside to get them out of this situation? Because I know there are successful people that didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know Les Brown. Ever hear of him?
Absolutely.
Les Brown he didn't have nothing.
Right. And when you say that, right, Steve Harvey, another prime example.
Yeah.
Had nothing, but there was other people that took care of him and helped him.
Yeah.
For him to keep reaching his dream, and they were working with him. So it doesn't have to be your biological parent.
Right.
There's teachers that I know that are working with kids constantly, and you don't even have to be a teacher. You can just be you and me, and you see somebody that you know, and you check in on that kid.
Yeah.
And you try to help them. So if you know somebody and you have free time, and I know there's tons of people that have free time, and you know what I mean, and you know there's a kid that has an issue, why would you not try to help them? Why would you not
Right.
try to dig deeper and find out what they need?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care if it's a coat. I don't care if it's like, you know what, Mrs. Johnson, I want to be a barber. I want to go to school for that. But I have nobody to teach me. I have nobody to take me. I can't afford any of that. All right, so what are we going to do here?
So it's the kids themselves.
And the parents.
But we're talking about. See, I want to reach the kid.
I want to reach the kids too, but the thing is,
I'm talking like they got some responsibility in this.
the kids do have responsibility, but if they haven't learned any responsibility, they're not gonna know better.
Right.
And that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
They're not taught at home. But some people I went to school with that were a little crazy, and now they have kids, and now the kids are crazy.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise.
So, but they got to reach out to people like you, though. They got to learn to, because if they don't, what else is their option, right?
You know what their option is.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fools, and they're gonna be at the mall 24 hours a day. They're gonna be hanging out there, see them in the streets. I'm watching them walk. If I'm looking at a kid, I'm coming out of a restaurant or a bar. It's 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm looking at a 12-year-old kid on Main Street. Why are you on Friday night? Why are you out? Like, why are you out? Well, you have nothing going on.
You see a kid on the street, right?
Oh yeah, I've asked.
Yeah, all right. There's that kid on the street, and I see him on Hyannis all the time. There's that kid on the street that doesn't have the good role models in their life. What do you got to say to him? What do you say to him?
Tim and I both have seen kids. Brian Morrison, we've all have caught kids and we're like, listen, what are you doing? Like who's your family? You know, blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right. Well, how do you like football? You like basketball? Like, so we have the, and they're like, yeah. Well, you ever think about playing? Yeah, I guess. Well, give me your number. We've taken kids' numbers.
Yeah.
You know what? And we're calling them up.
Right, but like this kid on the street, because I see it. I'm in HyTown.
We pick up
I
kids.
see him. Yeah, but what? See, I want to reach into their brain. What would you say to that kid? Pretend I'm that kid. I'm just sitting there and I'm hanging out with losers. I'm hanging out with losers around the 7-Eleven, and I'm just like, poor me. I'm a ward of the state. What do you say to that kid directly?
Dude, don't you? Don't you care about yourself? And
Yeah.
he might, but it is because it's like you got to pull them out of that. Physically, because if he's the kid, and I'm talking to him right now, and he's at 7-Eleven, and his boys are all around him, and he might really, really, really want to be like, JT, I want to be fashion, or I want to work in a bank.
Yeah.
And his friends are all like clowning him. He's not going to say what he really wants to say.
Right.
Because he's embarrassed.
Yeah.
Okay? So he doesn't know. Maybe his bully is in the group that's with him.
Yeah.
So how am I going to pull him out of there?
But he can get out. I've seen it happen.
Of course you can get out. And there's usually somebody, one person, two people, it's usually somebody that they bump into or they might wake up. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Some people get that hit bottom.
Right.
Okay? And they can get out. I might pull him out and see him out walking by himself. I'm like, yo, get in the car. What's going on? And talk to him for a minute.
Yeah.
But that's because I would want somebody to do that for me. I want somebody to do it for my kid.
You mentioned hitting bottom, right? Les Brown says when he hits bottom, he makes sure he lands on his back.
Yeah.
Because if you can look up,
absolutely,
you can get up, right?
Everybody, right? And it's so much different, man. It's so many. This phone and and the technology, and these kids are like texting all day and they're not paying attention, and it's like kids, you're sitting in class on your phone. I'm like, how are you on your phone? Shouldn't you be learning?
Yeah.
I got kids that are excellent athletes that can't play because of their grades.
Yeah.
I'm like, so where's he going to be?
And just to kind of wrap it up, are you looking forward to this project? Do you think we can make something out of this, or is this like? I think it's a good idea, but we got to work with it. It's got to be a work in progress. What do you think?
Listen, it absolutely can work, but it's not like I said. When they say it takes a community, it does. So when I see all these people that are watching the show, when I see them out, and I know you're out, or you're a parent, and I know you're out all the time, and don't tell me you don't have time to take your kid here, or take your kid there, or buy your kid this, but I see you out and you're buying clothes and this, that, and the other. If your kid has $500 sneakers and walking around with he's flossing, he has his clothes on and everything else, but he's not doing anything, he's not in any sports or music or working or helping out, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
And when I understand those young parents, and they're like, well, you don't understand. I'm like, all that time you're taking to tell me I don't understand, you could actually be thinking of a reason to help.
So you think we're going to be able to get some people to talk on camera in front of us?
I think we will.
Because I'm going to challenge them. I want them to give that advice. I want to pry that out of them.
People need to take responsibility. That's the other thing.
Sometimes the only way to give back is sometimes be a role model like you and like some other people in the community, right?
Dude, we have so many people that come out to flag football, And there's people that don't even have kids that are coming out there that are stepping up and helping out with the other kids. And I see kids playing with each other that would never normally play with each other. And when I say, you know what I'm talking about. You got kids that are from very rich communities and kids that are from, middle class. And these kids are playing together. These kids would never even see each other. And they're at birthday parties together and all kinds of stuff. And hanging and becoming lifelong friends.
Okay. So what's the name of the segment?
What do you say? Dude and Dudettes. Just average dude. Listen.
Andy.
We're going to Andy.
All right. You don't like the name of the segment. We're going to...
I'm just trying to get something, I'm just saying the name of the segment.
Until we get a better name, that's the name.
But I want solutions, man. I don't want all this.
But I want to talk to some people.
Yeah.
I want to... The Barber's Lounge. If you haven't been here, check this place out. I just went in there. I found my JT. There he is right there. I found him. And I've never been here before, but this place is really like a lounge. It's kind of cool. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people I didn't put in there because I didn't, I wanted to respect their privacy and stuff like that. But the air hockey table, there's video games. I saw a lot of stuff, the couches and stuff. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't done so, check it out. It's right here in Yarmouth on Route 28.
How are you, sir? Good.
Number 1124, Route 28 in Yarmouth, right next to the Citizens Bank.
It seems to me superfine mine has come undone. But any major dude with half a heart surely would tell you, my friend.